Okay, I would say that growth in China in 2021 was not that exceptional. I think what was exceptional is growth in 2020, where most countries had really negative growth, and China managed to avoid getting into negative territory. One is the handling of the COVID crisis, sort of the zero COVID policy. I think that was very effective. And the other element I think that was very effective in China is that, I mean, you're very much oriented into the goods sector, much more than in the services sector. And on top of that, certainly in China, as in other countries, there was a strong fiscal stimulus. So stimulus, the structure of the economy, and the COVID response. China is not only our first partner as far as ore imports from the world. China is the #1 partner, but even if you add exports and imports, China is the first partner of the European Union. No, I think China proved to be a very good partner during the crisis, and I think it was very important that we had the ability to continue to import from China, and that China supplied goods that were very much needed during the pandemic. I think the biggest question is from the viewpoint of policy. What is going to be in the coming years EU policy towards China and China policy towards the EU? And I think that depends very much on what's happening, #1, on the bilateral disputes between China and the United States on the one hand, and on the other, about the ability of China, the European Union, the United States, and other partners to make progress at the WTO in the multilateral framework. I believe the future of trade relations between the EU and China depends ultimately on the political environment that will shape the trade policy. It's clear that China and the RMB has made important progress towards the status of an international currency, of a reserve currency. I think there are still a number of roadblocks, however. One is that the dollar, euro are already there. So it's not so simple to displace them, but China has its own weaknesses because China is also a heavily indebted country. So, you know, China has its own weaknesses. Another weakness on the part of China still, which it shares partly with the European Union, is financial market. I mean, the two by far most important global financial markets are New York and London. And I think it's only after doing that, this expanding of its role in the Asian region, that perhaps then it can go to the next step and really become a global currency. Huge uncertainty, huge uncertainty. Not just because of the disruption of the war in terms of the flow of goods, but also what it means for the future global architecture, political architecture and economic architecture. I see the system is overloaded with huge challenges, and whether our leaders, all of our leaders together, have the capability, the willingness and the capability of, you know, responding to the challenges is, to me, rather frightening. I think China can play a huge role. China is a very important global player, not just from an economic viewpoint, from also a political viewpoint. So we all need to be constructive in order to tackle all of those problems, not in a aggressive manner, but in a manner that, you know, manages that all of us continue to develop harmoniously and in peace, and also tackle the challenge of climate that has huge repercussions for all of our countries.